Listen to this video. Make sure you listen to this video. Comment and share this video.
Based on what the government in DRC is talking about, is blaming us. We are supporting M23, and then the M23 must go back to where they came from. We even try to explain almost on a regular basis how those people fighting there did not actually come from here.
Been destabilizing that country for many years because they want those minerals in the DRC to steal directly from DRC and leave. There's nothing revolutionary about M23.
The people that are fighting as M23 are of Tutsi stock, but they are Congolese.
Hey, this is Janetta, and I'm telling you, this world is really cutting up. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's just amazing how it seems like these things that are happening they're making a circle. They're kind of connecting, even though they're different, but they're connected some way or another. And let me tell you what I'm talking about. You know, the last few days I've given news about Congo, and we've also talked about Nigeria. And we talked a little bit about the new president in the United States, about Donald Trump, but not really that much. I kind of mentioned him. And you know, one of the things I hate these videos they're using Donald Trump to get your attention. So they say in the title, it's about Donald Trump. This is not about Donald Trump, but it's about things that are happening and things that are being revealed. And one of the things that I have found that this Republican and Democrat conflict and battle is very, very serious, and they're always trying to expose each other lately. It's not the same kind of presidential turnover that we've had in years past. If they did something wrong, if the Democrats did something wrong, the Republicans didn't say anything about it. And if the Republicans did something wrong, the Democrats didn't say anything about it because they were really on the same sheet. Really, really. But it's two rivaling rich folks. All of them are very rich that are running the game. But let's start with the Congo today. Now, the Congo, what I'm going to ask you is that I'm going to ask you to listen to a couple clips from the videos that tell you exactly some of the history of the Congo and why things are happening like they're happening. I love Julius Malema, but what his statement about the Congo and South Africa's position and what they went over there to do, and his rebuke of Paul Kagame kind of got me a little bit upset.
Destabilizing that country for many years because they want those minerals in the DRC to steal directly from DRC and leave. There's nothing revolutionary about M23.
But to find out that Julius Malema really doesn't know the history. And it's amazing, the countries are very, very much separated. They know something, but the South Africa is on the south, and East Africa is on the east, the Congo. And it's about quite a few kilometers between each other. And it's not been all throughout the time that they have learned that much about what's happening or what has happened in each one of those countries. And so let me explain just what I'm talking about. And then a little bit, but I'm going to let PLO Lumumba, the lawyer, the lecturer, the man is just great, because he's really, really been working to put the word out about what is happening in Africa and making a balance and trying to work hard through Pan-Africanism to unite Africa. He's worked very hard. He's not a politician, but he is a lawyer, okay? And he's been lecturing all over the world. He even went to, we were blessed for him to go even to Costa Rica. Yeah, he went to Costa Rica last year. So listen to what he has to say.
rejection of African standby force by the imperialist forces and the West because they benefit out of the instability of DRC and Africa in particular. If there is any country that was messed up right from the beginning, was DRC. They've been destabilizing that country for many years because they want those minerals in the DRC. They even created illegal landing strips to land in DRC, to steal directly from DRC and leave. There's nothing revolutionary about M23. Yes, we understand the dynamics of those who are found in that region and the leadership of DRC ill-treating them. But what is important is we cannot allow black-on-black violence.
The Congo Free State, as we know it today, was established by King Leopold of the Belgians. And we will also remember that it's the same King Leopold of the Belgians who was the force behind the Berlin Conference in 1884 and 1885, during which the current boundaries that we know of African states were established. So the original sin in terms of the conflict that we see in DRC today was planted in those days. And it is important to have that history for us to appreciate what is now known as the conflict that is pitting Congo. Some say that the Rwandese are involved because the people that are fighting as M23 are of Tutsi stock, but they are Congolese. They come from around Kivu. The fact that a boundary was drawn by the colonialists and put them in a country that is now known as DRC, at one time was known as Zaire or Congo Kinshasa, does not make them Rwandese. So the M23 was formed deliberately because the people who are then christened as the Banyamulenge thought that they were being discriminated against. They thought that the Congolese administration in Kinshasa was telling them to go to Rwanda, which is not their country. And this is something that has been debated over time. In 1996, when the country was still known as Zaire, the former president of Tanzania, the late Julius Kambarage Nyerere, in 1996, when delivering a speech in New York under the Peace Academy, said that we must be very clear that the Banyamulenge are not Rwandese. The Banyamulenge or the Tutsi who are to be found or who are found in Kivu are Congolese, because the colonialist border put them in DRC, Congo, and some in Tutsi, does not make them Rwandese. So the M23 was created deliberately for the purpose of protecting the interests of the Tutsis who are Congolese citizens.
Now that you've heard what PLO Lumumba is saying, then maybe you get a little bit of an understanding. But to really get the real picture, the best person to hear the facts of the beginning of the troubles in Congo, to really explain about the Tutsis and the Hutus in that area, in the East, in the Congo, and in Rwanda, and in Uganda, and in Burundi. So you'll get an understanding. Now, what happens is that they have used, or the imperialists try to use these conflicts between these countries to set them apart and to set them alight with each other. But all these countries have suffered from exploitation and colonialism. There's really no reason why they should be angry with each other, but that's what happens. Because maybe one is on one side and the other's on the other side. The president of the Congo, he spent a total of almost 30 years in Belgium. Can you imagine? He was in exile in Belgium. Now, Belgium is the country that really, they're the ones that really destroyed Congo, which was then called Zaire in the first place. But that's where he took his refuge when they were having a difficulty in the Congo. And so he's not really abreast to what is really going on. And he's being used. I'll just say that. So the conflict that they have to try to make the M23 seem like they're a terrorist group, to build up the fact that they're a terrorist group and they kill women and children and all those kind of things. And even the jailbreak that they supposedly had sounds really, it just really doesn't sound right. But what the imperialists do is they try to build this case up, and they get me and you on their side, and they can come in here and just kill up and take over, and they will do it because the rhetoric that Trump is saying, they have no intention on losing control. You heard they want to take over the Panama Canal. They want to forge into Mexico, and they want to make Canada the 51st state. So you know they're not willing to give up the gold mine and the minerals of DRC Congo. So I want you to listen to what Museveni says, Museveni of Uganda says about the history of it. And that'll give you, and pass it on. Make sure you pass it on, because this is information we need to know so we can be informed. That we can be informed. Okay? All right, I'll get back to you after you listen to it. Okay.
Okay, merci beaucoup. Now, on the issue of Congo, two groups came up. One group of sectarian groups, tribal sectarian groups. You had the group of Kasavubu, who was organizing the Bakongo tribe. You had Karonji Arbe, who was organizing the Kasai tribe. And you had Moise Chombe organizing Katanga. But Lumumba organized nationally. And he won the elections. Yeah. So the national forces won in spite of the other sectarian groups. But Lumumba was killed. Yeah. He was killed by the imperialists. Yeah. So from that time, Congo has never stabilized. Now, when they went, Mobutu now, having created problems for a long time in Congo, now intervened in Rwanda. But M23 is really a political problem which can be solved by discussion. Because I don't see the big problem there now, because these M23, I don't think they're asking for big things, sharing power or what. No. I hear they are talking about, I have asked them to send me their minimum demands. Yes. What are you demanding? To go back to their villages where they ran away from, to be integrated in the army. What is how can this be a problem? So we are encouraging the Tshisekedi, please, these are simple, but you can agree with these people, and if they don't, if they do not want to discuss, then would treat them as a negative force. and act against them. Why don't you give them a final solution, a proposal, agree, then if they refuse, we know. But now you say they should come, then we shall discuss later. Why? Why do you want somebody to... because it has happened before. You remember they had captured Goma.
Yes.
Some years ago. And I persuaded them to leave Goma. And they were attacked by this SADC force. They were attacked. Their issues were not addressed. So I think the answer for that is easy. It's not a big problem.
Yes. Now that you've heard him explain so carefully, and what is so beautiful about it, he does have some books that are out that really explain the history and what's going on there in that area. It's important that we know the historical basis for a lot of the things and how they happened, when they started. It seems like the problem with the Tutsis and the Hutus were started in 1959, not in the 1994 or 92, I think, when they had the genocide. So you need to know the basis of it, and you need to know something about Paul Kagame. And one day we'll get together and we'll talk about President Paul Kagame. He's fantastic. Okay, hey, I'll be talking to you real soon. Remember, share, like, and also make your comments. All right, it's important.